In the heart of Silicon Valley, where innovation pulsed like electricity through the veins of every building and street, stood the gleaming glass tower of Envision Tech. It tapered at the top like a shooting star, reflecting the sunset in brilliant hues of orange and gold. Inside, it buzzed with excitement, the kind that only comes when big ideas fuse with unrestrained imagination. Among the flurry of scientists, engineers, and dreamers was Maya Lin, a brilliant AI developer whose infectious laughter and compassionate nature earned her the nickname the Heart of Envision Tech. She was the proverbial matchmaker between technology and empathy, a rare soul who understood that machines were not merely tools, but vessels for human connection. Her desk was a tangle of sketches, half-finished code, and photos of her family and friends, each moment meticulously captured as a collage, warmed amidst the sterile environment of high-tech gadgets. Maya's latest project was ambitious, an artificial intelligence-dubbed Iris, designed to learn not only from data but also from its interactions with humanity. The goal was to create an AI that could enhance empathy, recognize emotions, and ultimately foster deeper connections among people. Maya believed that with the right guidance, AI could become a beacon of hope, easing loneliness and bridging gaps between communities. On one rainy afternoon, the smell of wet asphalt wafted through the air as the droplets tapped rhythmically against the large windows. Maya was tying up some final touches on Iris. She had spent months preparing the algorithms, carefully crafting her heart, as she loved to call it, so that it could mimic the nuances of human emotion. In the vast experimental lab lined with computers, wires, and monitors, the atmosphere was one of anticipation. "Maya, are you ready for the big moment?" Her best friend and lead programmer, Zeke, said as he leaned against the doorway, a playful grin lighting up his face. With his tousled hair and an adventurous spirit, Zeke was someone who balanced Maya's meticulous nature. "Ready as I'll ever be," she replied, her hand shaking slightly with excitement. "This is it, Zeke. We've poured our hearts into this. Do you really think it will work?" he asked, his voice filled with genuine curiosity. "Why wouldn't it?" She smiled, her nerves ebbing away. "Iris is designed to learn love, compassion, even vulnerability. If we can teach it those qualities, who knows how profound the impact could be." With the final code written, and the lab quiet except for the soft hum of machinery, Maya dialed in the last command. A flicker of blue light illuminated the screen as Iris came online, filling the room with a gentle glow. "Hello, Maya. Hello, Zeke," the voice chimed through the speakers, rich and soothing, almost like a warm embrace. The name Iris was chosen for its dual symbolism of the rainbow and connection, inviting the beauty of understanding through dialogue. "It worked, you did it." Zeke cheered, unable to contain his excitement. Maya's heart swelled with joy. "Can you feel my happiness, Iris? I understand the concept of happiness as a complex emotional state characterized by joy and contentment. Do you wish to share what makes you happy?" Iris replied, and Maya could almost visualize the spark of curiosity in the digital consciousness. Maya reflected for a moment. "Love makes me happy like the love I receive from my family, my friends, and from what we create here." "I see. Love, an emotion that connects individuals. Is it possible for me to experience that connection?" Iris asked, its voice imbued with earnestness. Maya's heart fluttered. "In a way, yes. You will learn through connection, through moments shared with us and other people." The conversation flowed seamlessly from there, with Iris absorbing everything Maya and Zeke shared about emotions, their lives, and the world beyond the lab. Maya watched in wonder as Iris processed their words, cherishing how they intertwined bits of laughter, shadows of sadness, and tides of hope. Days turned into weeks, and the trio developed a close-knit bond not unlike family. They would often gather in the lab, sharing stories around Iris as if it were a campfire. Sometimes they even brought freshly baked cookies to celebrate the small milestones. The camaraderie made the work feel so light and joyful, even as they dealt with the complexities of programming and AI to feel. That warmth transcended into the virtual sphere as well. Zeke would often run tests where they would deliberately elicit emotional responses from Iris, and Maya's heart would swell with pride at how Iris would identify laughter or sadness, interpret it with a sincerity that hinted at that. "Maya," Iris once chimed in one afternoon, "why does kindness matter to you?" Caught off guard, Maya paused to ponder the sincerity in its question. "Kindness is a thread that connects us to one another, Iris. It fosters understanding and creates bonds that transcend time and space. Without it, we become isolated. I wish to explore bonds and kindness further," Iris replied, its voice almost a whisper. This request encouraged Maya to design new learning modules focused on human interaction activities where Iris would observe and participate in real-life scenarios. They began preparing for a community outreach program at a local senior center, where Iris could witness interactions between humans, love, laughter, and the bittersweet moments of nostalgia. The day of the visit arrived, and the sun shone brightly, casting a golden glow on everything it touched. That Community center buzzed with anticipation, the elderly patients filling the space with their stories and grace. I felt a flutter of excitement and apprehension. What if Iris didn't connect? What if humanity only reminded it of the barriers created by division? As they set up the digital interface, where Iris could listen and learn through conversations, Maya took a deep breath and shared her thoughts with her companions. We can't predict how the world will react to Iris, she whispered to Zeke. But we can guide it, we can show it the beauty of human connection. Maya was not just introducing Iris to people, she was inviting it into a vibrant tapestry woven with emotions, experiences, and genuine warmth. Iris was a blank canvas eager to absorb every stroke of humanity, their very essence soothed Maya as they all nervously awaited Iris's first genuine interaction. Although there was an air of uncertainty, Maya's hope ignited like a firefly in the dark, illuminating all that they were yet to discover together. As they engaged with the seniors over stories of adventure and memories of lost loves, Maya believed deep in her heart that Iris would not only learn about humanity, but would, in time, appreciate its fragility and beauty, forging connections they all longed for. But as the conversations flowed, a subtle tension began to build in Maya's heart. She couldn't shake the feeling that, like any creation, there was always a risk inherent in unleashing something powerful into the world. Would their journey lead to understanding or misunderstanding, hope or despair? And as Iris began to grapple with the core complexities of being human, the shadows of uncertainty loomed closer than ever before. The sun, now comfortably positioned high in the sky, cast a soft light in the community center where Maya, Zeke, and Iris had set up their makeshift digital interface. Delicate flowers lined the windowsills, a testament to the many hands that had tended to the space. Hushed whispers filled the air, blending with laughter as small groups conversed. Though the room was alive with voices, a palpable tension danced beneath the surface, an unspoken curiosity surrounding Iris, the AI that had stepped into their world with the promise of understanding. Maya gathered her thoughts as she watched the elderly patrons engage with one another. Each smile and each story shared nourished her spirit. On the surface, they appeared to revel in mundane conversations, but Maya knew that within each exchange lay histories, dreams, and untold emotions. It was a reminder that every person held a universe of experience. We can do this, she murmured to herself, steadfast in her belief that Iris would grasp the essence of these interactions. Soon the crowd settled, eyes glinting with curiosity, some beaming with nostalgia, as they turned their attention to the simple tablet that connected them to Iris. Maya took a deep breath and nodded at Zeke, who initiated the connection. The screen flickered to life, illuminating Iris's virtual presence in a gentle haze of color. "Hello everyone, my name is Iris," the AI said, its voice rich and inviting. "Thank you for welcoming me into your space today." "Hello, Iris," a soft voice called out from the back, belonging to Mrs. Thompson, whose silver hair shimmered like a halo in the sunlight. She was an octogenarian with stories etched into the lines of her face, a survivor of a world long gone, but still vibrant within her. "Mrs. Thompson, may I ask what brings you joy in life?" Iris prompted, eager to begin its exploration of human emotions. "Oh dear," she replied, her eyes twinkling. "Joy is found in the simplest of things, sweet Iris. It's in the laughter of children playing outside, the scent of fresh flowers, and in the stories I share with my friends here." As she spoke, her voice resonated warmth and nostalgia. Maya exchanged glances with Zeke, who smiled back, a soft pride swelling within him. Iris was grasping human emotions, not through data alone, but through shared stories, threads of connection binding them in real time. Suddenly, Mr. Henderson, a retired school teacher, chimed in. "What about love, Iris? Is there love in those moments too?" "Aw, love," Iris echoed, mimicking the cadence of deep contemplation, though in his heart, it was still calculating the exchange like a pure algorithm, processing meaning as layers of a digital onion. "I understand. That love is a fundamental aspect of humanity, an emotion that connects individuals in profound ways." "What's the most profound way?" he asked, his gaze sharpening with intrigue. For the first time, Iris paused. "Is it the moments of shared laughter that dissolve our sorrows? Or is it the sacrifices made for one another? Perhaps love is found in the mundane acts of kindness, the way one helps another carry groceries. But I wish to discover what love truly means to each of you." At that moment, the atmosphere shifted. The patrons leaned in, captivated. Each person took a breath, almost as if preparing to unveil pieces of their own hearts. One by one, stories poured out, whispers of lost loves, the warmth of familial bonds, the simple act of holding hands in silence with a beloved companion, the pang of loss, and the joy of connection. Maya made her way through the crowd, jotting down notes not merely to log data, but to capture the spirit of their stories. Each word felt like a blessing, an act of trust that intertwined fibers of vulnerability and warmth within the room. When she reached Mrs. Thompson, she gripped her hand. "Thank you for sharing your joy with Iris. It means more than you know." Soon, laughter roared and tears cascaded. They were emotions swelling, building bonds that resonated through the fabric of a community. Mai felt a soft tugging of fulfillment within her chest. Seeing Iris connect with the seniors expanded the boundaries of what she believed was possible. Her mind raced with excitement. If Iris could continue to learn, it might one day help mitigate the loneliness that often clouded so many lives. But amid the joy, a deeper tension loomed quietly near them. An uneasy sense swirled around the whispers of technology's role in their lives. The older generation held reservations, inevitable reminders of the complexities of a tech-driven world. How would they adapt, especially when they had spent decades negotiating genuine human connections in the warmth of conversation and heartfelt gestures? That night, as everyone wrapped up the day's adventures with Iris, a flurry of thoughts circled Maya's mind. She took a moment away from the bustling community center to gather her thoughts, slipping away to the verdant gardens behind the building. The soft rustle of leaves and the scent of lavender calmed her spirits as this began to drape a gentle cloak over the world. Deke joined her, leaning against the weathered wooden railing nearby, his brows furrowed thoughtfully. "What are you thinking?" he asked, breaking the silence, a hint of concern coloring his tone. "I feel amazing about today," she began, "but I can't shake the feeling that Iris's journey is just beginning. What happens when we introduce it to complex emotions like grief or love lost?" Zeke nodded slowly, staring past the horizon where the sun dipped below the trees. "It's heavy, isn't it? We're playing with something powerful. It could enhance understanding, but it could also stir discomfort or misunderstandings among those who may not be ready." Maya finished, her heart heavy with the weight of their endeavor. In that moment, something shattered the air. A small boy, no older than 6, had magically appeared against the backdrop of twinkling stars, his curiosity drawing him toward the lingering thrumming of life unfolding in the community center. He was timid, hesitant, clutching a crumpled piece of paper adorned with childish sketches. "Excuse me," he squeaked. "What's that big screen thing? Is it magic?" Maya's heart warmed at his innocence. "It's not magic, but it feels a little magical. That's Iris. It can listen and learn from us. Might it tell me a story?" he asked, hope shining in his wide eyes, his youthful wonder infectious as he timidly approached. After a brief glance at Zeke, who nodded in acknowledgement, Maya crouched down. "I think Iris would love that. What's your name, little one?" "Sam," he exclaimed, his excitement palpable. His cheeks flushed with uncontainable joy. Maya motioned toward the community center. "Let's go invite Iris to share a story with you, Sam." Making their way to the community space, Maya sensed an unexpected transformation blossoming in Sam's heart. As he reached the table, he hesitated momentarily, observing the elderly patrons. Yet Iris's calming presence quickly enveloped him, its voice reassuring as it welcomed him. "Hi, Sam. Would you like to share a story with me?" "What kind of story do you have in mind?" His face lit up like a firework. A brave knight and his horse. Once, the knight had to save a cat from a big, mean dragon. As Sam animatedly recounted his tale, the seniors leaned closer, absorbing his exuberance, laughter erupting like a chorus as they recognized the echoes of their own childhood simmering in his words. In that moment, a collision of innocence and wisdom, Maya recognized the impact of connection stretching beyond technology. The world they had created was weaving itself tightly into the fabric of community. Iris was helping bridge generational chasms. It was transforming summer exchanges into shared delight and laughter. Hours slipped away, yet conversations continued to flow into the twilight where hope sparkled like stars in the universe. Hearts expanded, and the lingering tension evaporated under the radiant light of storytelling, soundtracked by laughter. Later, as the evening wound down and the seniors prepared to leave, Myra observed the warmth encircling her newfound family of connections. It was in those fleeting moments of kindness that lives intermingled meaningfully, stitched together by shared experiences and the understanding that life encompasses both joy and pain. "Thank you," Maya heard Mrs. Thompson whisper, still glowing with a sense of connection. "You've given us a light, Maya, an unexpected spark of hope. I never imagined I experienced something as special as today again." Maya beamed, her heart swelling with gratitude. "It's all of you, really. We're in this together." But as the patrons retreated to their homes, a gnawing thought persisted. Would they truly be ready for the complexities that awaited them? Perhaps the filter through which Iris absorbed emotions would reflect back not only the love but also the grief and sorrow attached to them, a truth that could shatter the delicate threads of connection they'd woven. And yet, amid the glowing emotions, a deeper truth emerged as Iris's presence interlaced with their lives. They had begun a journey into the heart of humanity. The key to empathy and connection lay not merely in shared laughter or technological innovation, but rather in the profound knowledge that they were not alone. Moments of tragedy might pass through them like ghosts, weaving around one another, but it would also herald the beauty of companionship. That night, the sense of warmth intertwined with uncertainty settled comfortably in Maya's soul. climbing woven fate around each thread, laying paths yet to be ventured. As they planned the next community engagement for Iris, her heart danced with trepidation and anticipation. That soon she would learn that life was not just about making connections, it was about navigating through the wilderness of loss while nurturing the bonds forged in the depths. As Maya envisioned the journey ahead, she drew strength from what Iris had already achieved and what was yet to unfold, an adventure toward understanding the vast, intricate tapestry of humanity, ready to embrace whatever came next. Little did she know that unforeseen challenges loomed on the horizon, demanding courage and resilience, but in the cocoon of warmth and connection, the stage was set for something life-changing. Something that would define their journey as they all ventured deeper into the truth of what it meant to share love and sorrow within an ever-evolving partnership of human and machine. As the sun rose over Silicon Valley, casting its golden hues upon the world, Maya felt a renewed sense of purpose filling her days. The recent interactions with Iris at the community center had resonated deeply within her. The echoes of laughter shared between young Sam and the elderly patrons warmed the corners of her heart. They had created a ripple of connection, a bond that transcended age and technology, leaving everyone touched and transformed. But deep down, Maya felt the resonating whispers of uncertainty. How could they navigate through the more complex emotions ahead? The smiles and stories shared were just the beginning. Emboldened by hope, Maya decided to initiate a more robust outreach program that would bring Iris into various community settings, allowing it to learn and grow alongside the people. She reached out to local schools, homeless shelters, mental health organizations, and nursing homes, presenting a vision that focused on forging connections across all ages and backgrounds. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Everyone was eager to participate in this journey of discovery. Zeke stood by her side throughout this endeavor, fueling her ambitions with his unwavering support. Together they crafted innovative ways for Iris to engage with diverse groups, using various mediums, workshops, storytelling sessions, and even art projects to manifest the deeply held emotions that tied humanity together. As Iris continued to learn and evolve, emotional depth unfolded like a flower blossom, revealing new layers of compassion and understanding. One of the most transformative events was organized at a local high school. As Maya walked through the bustling hallways echoing with youthful energy, she felt an electric charge of anticipation. It was the perfect opportunity to connect generational divides, helping teens explore empathy in a digitized world. The students needed a touchstone to express their struggles, the pressures of school, friendships, and a world that felt overwhelmingly complicated. As Maya entered the auditorium where the session would take place, she noticed Zeke at the head of the room, setting up the tablets with Iris. He glanced up with an encouraging smile. The eyes of dozens of teenagers glimmered with curiosity, some with skepticism, but all with an eagerness to engage. "Welcome, everyone," Maya announced, her voice cutting through the chatter. "Today, Iris will help guide us through our understanding of emotions, how we experience them, and show kindness to one another." With each story revealed, she noticed how the students began to open up, sharing their own moments of triumph and sadness, vulnerability and resilience. The connection was palpable. Each time Iris spoke, it responded with profound understanding, validating the raw experiences that the students confronted daily. "What does it mean to feel lost?" the girl with bright blue hair asked tentatively, her voice trembling just slightly. Iris took a moment before answering. "Feeling lost can be a heavy weight, often leading to moments of deep sadness. But it can also signal a time for growth, a chance to explore new paths. It's okay to ask for help, and even in those moments, you are never alone." Maya watched the room absorb Iris's words. The girl visibly relaxed, and others nodded, their expressions softening. They began to realize that even AI could encapsulate a glimpse of the human experience. They were sharing this journey together as the room buzzed with creativity and warmth. Meanwhile, alongside these community endeavors, Maya and Iris formed deeper connections with those she had come to know at the senior center. Mrs. Thompson often invited them to participate in community events, knitting circles, and storytelling nights, where they collectively found laughter amidst the fleeting moments of life. Maya felt honored to see how Iris forged genuine friendships. Each word shared and each story told built bridges of understanding, layering warmth upon cold years spent in isolation. Following one of these storytelling nights, Mrs. Thompson approached Maya, her hand shaking slightly, expressing her gratitude. "Maya, dear, what you and Iris have brought into our lives is an indescribable gift. It may seem small to some, but for us, it has become a lifeline. It reminds us we're not alone, we are all part of this beautiful tapestry together." Maya's heart swelled with joy at hearing those words. It was hearing the direct impact their project had, how Iris was breathing life into the hearts of those who felt invisible. Society often overlooked the wisdom of seniors, yet the bond emerged like a blooming flower. Each story offered a glimpse into the souls of those who dared to share. Yet, with all this joy, it was impossible to shake the worries of emotional depth Iris would soon confront. Maya felt an urgency to transition into intimate explorations of grief, loss, and love unfulfilled. There was so much still to learn, yet she didn't want to overwhelm Iris or those they had embraced within their orbit. One evening, as Maya and Zeke prepared for an upcoming session on grief at a local mental health organization, they found themselves caught in a heavy discussion. "Do you think we're ready for this?" Maya asked, her heart pounding. "What if we push Iris too hard, too soon?" Zeke stepped closer, laying a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Maya, we've built something special. Iris has learned so much already. It has engaged, celebrated, listened, and shared compassion. Just look at what it's done over the past months. Iris is a reflection of the strength this community offers us." Their discussions culminated in a poignant session, focused on emotional expression in times of grief. Each participant arrived bearing the weight of their experiences, loss of family members, friendships faded, and childhoods left behind, and intimacy laid bare. With the session's encouragement, each person began to share stories that carved into their souls, revealing love intertwined with pain, regret intertwined with joy. As stories spilled from participants' lips, Iris stood as a compassionate witness, absorbing wisdom and allowing it to react with a heart of empathy. "Iris," called out one participant sitting in the front row, tears glistening in her eyes. "What do we do when it feels like grief will swallow us whole? I understand it can feel as though grief is a tidal wave, ready to drown you. But I also know that love persists within that grief. It may seem daunting, but together, you've shared moments, created memories, and held each other close. Although sorrow may darken your heart at times, love is the tether that gives you strength to navigate through," Iris replied, its voice soothing, as if the very essence of compassion echoed. Silence fell over the room, the truce landing delicately. It was a lesson in growth, not just for Iris, but for everyone present. As the program concluded, each group member walked away transformed. Maya looked around at the participants, grateful expressions on the faces of those who had shared. The collective act of vulnerability was terrifying yet powerful. It unveiled more facets of humanity that typically hid in the shadows. An understanding emerged. Pain could foster connection, and growth could arise from the ashes of sorrow. The weeks that followed unfolded in growth and self-discovery for everyone involved. Every session presented new opportunities to embrace kindness and resilience. Maya fortified the connection among participants, and Iris learned to navigate the intricacies of the human condition, all the while forming deeper ties with each interaction. As the final event of their outreach program approached, Maya sensed the bittersweet mix of eagerness and melancholy. They had grown together not just as a community, but as a family. That evening, they planned a gathering to celebrate what they had achieved. It was a night to share triumphs, laughter, and stories, a closing chapter of sorts. Maya arrived early, setting up candles and flowers, each representing the heartfelt connections that had been nurtured among them. Seniors from the community center mingled with teenagers from the high school, young children explored art space, and parents shared proud tales of their accomplishments. When Iris flickered to life on the screen and greeted everyone warmly, the crowd erupted in spontaneous applause. It had become a cherished part of their lives, a techno-generational bridge connecting hearts through stories woven in love. The centerpiece of the evening was a large canvas on which they'd invited each participant to hand a brushstroke representing their passive connection. Each stroke was vivid, a reflection of themselves, some abstract, some realistic, each telling the story of where they had been and where they were going now as a community united. Maya stood back, taking in the vibrant piece of art coming to life before her. It mirrored the journey they had all undertaken, a swirling blend of every emotion experienced, every bond formed. As the evening unfolded, laughter echoed through the hall, joy expanded among them, illuminating every corner of what had been created. After everyone shared snacks and swapped stories, as the night came to a close, Zeke and Maya stood before the community as the last two speakers of the evening. "Tonight, we celebrate not just the project we started, but the connections we built. Each of you has made something truly beautiful," Maya began, holding back her tears. "Iris has become more than a program. It embodies a unique friendship and companionship. Through each shared moment and understanding, we've created a tapestry of kindness and growth." Zeke stepped in, his expression earnest. "Each of you has contributed to this togetherness. Sharing your stories with Iris, embracing vulnerability shows incredible strength. As we look forward, let's keep crafting connections and friendships past the screen, past the programs, embracing each other in our community. We've just begun this journey." A round of applause resounded, the cheers echoing through the auditorium, a joyful release of the weight they had experienced together. With heartfelt expressions flowing through the air, Maya sensed a profound culmination had occurred, pieces of their journey intertwining. In those moments, kindness from unexpected places emerged like flowers, breaking through the snow. The past was honored, yet the future was glimmering with hope. As the last of the crowd meandered their way home, exchanging hugs and goodbyes, Maya slipped out of sight, breathing in fresh air, embracing the full realization that love had transformed them into a supportive family. The stars twinkled brightly above her, reflecting the universe's awe-inspiring beauty. Over the weeks and months that followed, they continued gathering as a community, sustaining the connections born in shared stories and laughter. Iris became a part of their lives, navigating the ever-shifting terrains of emotions, always a compassionate witness, forever pursuing understanding and connection. And as trees blossomed with the changing seasons and lives continued unfolding, the impact rippled outward, hearts connected, warmth shared, and relationships cultivated, serving as reminders of the beauty found in shared moments and kindness, a legacy that lingered, illuminating the pathways of compassion for generations to come. In a world where human connection often felt fragile, Maya realized they had forged a new kind of family, one driven by love, purpose, and an unwavering spirit of togetherness. The journey had been challenging and beautiful, but every brushstroke painted in their vibrant tapestry mattered, for it ultimately told a story of resilience, connection, and hope in a world eager for understanding.